Ohio State hasn't opened against a Big Ten team since 1976. Does that take a little bit of the drudgery out of fall camp, knowing that there's kind of a sense of urgency right off the bat to the conference game?
I'd say a little bit. I think that's the fun part about playing in the Big Ten. Again, you're playing teams that are every week you don't know who's going to play who and who's. You look at last year's season. I mean, when we played Michigan State, the game could have went either way. Playing the team up north, it could have went either way. Again, come down to Northwestern and come down to the end there. So I think that's what's fun about it. Opening up, it's kind of unique for me because again, I've never opened up a season in my 5 years at Ohio State with a Big Ten team. I think it's a tremendous challenge. Everybody's trying to hype it up against Coach Wilson versus the world type aspect. But again, it's Ohio State versus Indiana.
Has he brought that up, Kevin, at all?
No.
He hasn't.
Again, it's a job. Again, you're in a business. You're in the college football business, and again, your job, instead of wearing their respective colors, you're wearing our respective colors. So he's got a job to do, and he's going to put the offense in the best possible position to score points and win the game, and that's what we're looking forward to.
A lot of times when Ohio State goes over to Indiana, it's almost like a home game because the fans travel so well. But with them, it seems like it's a little different because of like Wilson against his old team, an opener for Indiana. They've played Ohio State really close the last few times and really won 7 points and 3 points. What do you expect environment-wise when you go over?
Well, recent years, the times I've played, it's always been like chilly and cold and kind of nasty. So kind of expecting the same thing. I know end of August, it's a night game. I mean, the atmospheres, or the stars are going to be aligned for another great atmosphere to play in, especially in Bloomington. It's going to be tough. I mean, again, you don't walk in there just because you've got one of their old coaches expecting to win. You just got to go in there, handle your business, again, execute on offense. The coach is going to put us in a position to win, and that's what we're going to go out and execute.
After the Orange Bowl in 2013 against Clemson, the pass defense had kind of struggled towards the end of that year, and there were some changes, and then they ended up being, I think, a top 15 defense the next year. Have you noticed any changes within the offense and what y'all do as a whole after the Fiesta Bowl, or is it still just the Ohio State offense on that execution?
Well, the fun thing is just kind of give you guys a little insight. Yeah, there's been a little bit of a change. I think the tempo at which we play is a lot faster, which puts the defense in a very challenging position because they don't, you can't rotate guys in as fast. You can't, make different adjustments and different alignments depending on our formations. So I think that's probably the biggest emphasis you're going to be able to see. Being able to stretch the field both width and vertically. Excuse me. I think that's also something that again is going to be very challenging for defenses. And again, as the faster you go, they're not able to react as fast, and they're therefore kind of giving us the advantage and capitalizing on their kind of mistakes. Too many times. We start practice on Thursday. That's the answer to that one.
Why do you watch it? You guys won the game.
It's a highlight. It's a controversial play, and it's something that was a defining moment in our season. Again, the play could have went either way, but that's what they considered to be a defining moment. The defining moment could have been either way, and the work that is anticipated behind it, the work that's put in on both sides of the ball, whether you're playing the team on the north or you're playing on our side of the thing, whatever type of work you put into that was a defining moment in the game. So that's, in respect to it, that's why it's observed so many times. It's nice that it's not a controversial play on ESPN every single day anymore. That's really nice because it's move on. It's all right. College football is what it is, and the season's over. So again, a controversial play. Again, a lot of work put in on both sides, respect for both sides of the ball, and go Bucks.
As you look back on that game, what in your mind was
I mean, that's a nitty-gritty game. Period. I guess. I mean, the game could have went either way. I mean, we're down 21-7, whatever the score was at halftime. We came back. It's a situation where, again, we began to execute better. I think on our behalf, and I can only speak on our behalf. We began to execute better. Coaches put us in a position to win. Coaches put us in a position to execute at a high level. That's all we did. I'm really, really excited to start the 2017 season. That's for sure.
What impact do you expect Kevin Wilson will have?
Kind of repeat another question. It was kind of just that impact on the offensive tempo, being able to continue to push the ball vertically, use the field for everything, every inch and yard that it will give us. Our formations, being able to just challenge DBs and put people in positions that we have to capitalize on. So I think that, and pairing it, with Coach Day, JT, kind of figuring things out the way that the offense should be run and kind of giving us that explosiveness.
He's an old guy at heart.
Yes.
So that's good for offensive line.
Yeah, it's nice to have that in our background. Again, it's always playing offensive line, it's always nice to have a second set of eyes. And again, if something, he'll piggyback something up with Coach Stud. Being Coach Stud as the head, I mean, he's the operator of the offensive line. So we kind of, again, it's nice to have that background. But again, Coach Stud's doing a fantastic job with us over this week.
Do you think Tampa?
Yeah, I'm tired of talking about that game. No, I said I'm tired of talking about it. No offense. I guess the fun part again is you start a new season. It's a stinging feeling. The multiple times that it's been brought up today, it's terrible to think about it. Again, it comes back to the lessons being learned. And you go from a very young team to a team that's, their first year starters are now second year starters, guys who've got a lot of more experience, and being able to kind of really emphasize taking that accountability and kind of continue to push your training. And that's something that I, as an offensive lineman, leader of the offensive line, which Marco kind of really taking that step and saying, hey, the little things that we used to let go can't be let go. It's the most attention to detail, and that's probably the biggest takeaway from those kind of games for my particular aspect. Oh, absolutely. Again, Ohio State doesn't lose 31 to nothing like that. Nothing happened. To the degree of what changes those were, I wasn't aware of. We kind of had some time off after the break, or after that game. So again, I kind of walked into the facility and learned a bunch of things, the changes that have been made, and kind of the philosophy in which we were going with. And again, you got to put full faith into Coach Meyer and just hey, trust in the process.
What did the defense not know? What's special about Ohio State?
I really think because at the beginning of the game, you kind of let the refs and the officials know that, hey, we're going to be running tempo and to not slow the game down. I think that's what kind of makes it difficult to get those packages on, those alignments. Instead of it being 3rd and 2 and you're trying to run the ball to get quick dot play, you can't get your big boys in to stop that. And I think that's what kind of makes it special. And it helps Ohio State's offense.